Welcome to the Ultimate Advisors Resource Podcast. I'm Jordan Pence, president of Advisors Resource Company, and we help advisors like you write more life and annuity business. Today, I've got our very own Madeline Nelson, and we're going to talk a little bit about Advisors Resource Company.
Yes, we are. Let's dive right in. So, can you give me just our 30-second elevator pitch? Like someone who's never worked with us before, what would you say to them?
It's a really good question. And I think for all you advisors out there, you should have this answer ready as well. But ours is to inspire confidence through expertise and exceptional service in the life and annuity space. And I guess I could even step that back further. It's really in the financial services business is really what our kind of ultimate purpose is. But I think the experience that advisors have when they work with us is number one with regard to the expertise, right? We're going to work with you to find the best strategy that we know of or that we think is legit for your clients, right? Number two, we're also going to understand why you should do X product and not do Y product, or why you should do X over Y, or whatever the case is. And we actually understand that. And we're not just going to spreadsheet it and say, you know what, this is at the top, so do that. We're going to have a good reason behind that. And number three, again, when I was going on before we had the audio problems,
Yeah, take two.
take two. I was just saying that, you know, and it sounds so cliche, but I'm going to say it anyways. We like to be a partner rather than a vendor for the advisors that we work with. And we want to learn about your business. We want to understand what your client base is like. We want to understand the best way to engage with you to make it easier for you to do business. And that's what I mean, exceptional service. And again, even service is somewhat cliche. You like hear it a lot, but our goal is to just, again, become a partner. And unfortunately, that's somewhat overused. I mean, if you Googled competitors of ours, I guarantee you almost all of them will say some form of partner on the website
Right.
or whatever. But that's what I really believe. And we just had our event yesterday with Madeline was saying, and just being able to get together and develop the relationships with the people we work with. I actually mentioned during the banquet, like, if the advisors that we work with and new ones coming on can continue to help us grow, I want to almost build something like, not everybody's familiar with, but like what we had at a company that we worked with in the past. And it was just that camaraderie and all that
Right.
stuff. It was a lot of
Right. It's
fun.
like we're working together, but
Yeah.
there's a relationship, kind of friends.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. So anyways,
Yeah, great.
that was take two was way better.
Well, Jordan, not to say that was the longest elevator ride I've ever
Oh yeah,
taken,
my
but
bad. So
I'm just kidding.
I kind of rambled on that
No,
one. But
no, it's great.
by the way, in the beginning I said it, and I was pretty serious. If you want some help or advice on what your elevator pitch might be,
Mhm.
feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. So, now that we kind of have an idea of what we do, can you kind of give the origin story of how did this company come to be and just run us through that?
Really great question. M- my father Ralph started the business. My dad, he was a chief actuary at a major insurance company. I guess he is an actuary. And he, I guess, got burned out on working, the office politics. I don't know. Anyways, he decided he wanted to get into sales. So he got like a wholesaler role at a couple companies, and that's really what I guess he really liked to do. And so, long story short, he was working at an insurance company as a wholesaler for them, and decided he didn't like the direction and wanted to be able to do more for the clients that he worked with, and started this company, Advisors Resource Company. And like I said, that was about 13 years ago, and I guess now we're here.
Now we're here. So that's awesome. So it sounds like there's been a lot of growth in the company. Can you speak on that a little bit? You started small, we're growing. What kind of industry,
Well,
adaptations?
yeah, I mean, the main thing that's changed since Ralph, my father's retired, is we were sort of a one company type of agency. And since that time, we've really expanded our offering. And like the way that I saw it was, again, I liked that like one company thing because of the camaraderie and all that stuff. But what
Mhm.
was a negative about it was you were sort of pigeonholed, for lack of a better word. I don't think you could provide as broad of an offering. And not that you were missing out on revenue opportunities. I think it was more of you were missing out on um, being able to really become more ingrained in somebody's business. And
Right.
I don't say that selfishly. I say that because the more a firm like ours can be ingrained in someone's business, the more we can help them.
Mhm.
And that's what I mean by that. So yeah, so I guess since then, we've added whatever, 25 or plus different carriers that we do business with,
Mhm.
and just a lot of things come along with that. There's a lot of growing pains with that too, because you got to figure out all these different systems that they're doing and all that stuff. But um, we added to the technology and all that we offer to the advisors, and some of that stuff is
Definitely.
yeah, some of that stuff is like table stakes. But I think the way that we did it was actually pretty smart because of the single sign-ons and things like
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
that kind of streamlined it. But
We'll get into that later.
yeah, we don't need to talk about that now.
So, I guess kind of talking with growth and stuff, how do we stack up with other FMO or BGAs, like the larger ones?
You know, it's there's a lot of competition in this space, and you could say there's a lot of competition in the life insurance space, the financial advisor space, and you know, I, I think I think there's a flavor for everybody out there, and what I mean by that is, um, some people are do-it-yourselfers, and they don't need any help,
Mhm.
and some of them appreciate the advice and want a team to work with,
Mhm.
and others want all types of different things. I mean, there's so many different types of people or advisors out there, which kind of lends itself to a lot of different distributors, BGAs, IMOs,
Mhm.
etc.
Right.
So I don't know if that answered your question
It kind of
entirely.
does. It kind of just depends on what the advisor wants, but that's where we have a lot of flexibility where we can step in a lot and take care of a lot of things for you. But if you just need advice here and there, we're also open for that, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I think we can definitely be more dynamic than like a big firm because, again, we're somewhat small, and it helps us be able to be a little more dynamic to support somebody's business more directly.
Mhm.
So I think that is definitely a competitive advantage. When you're dealing with a 100-person firm or 1,000-person firm, like nobody answers the phone, and
Right.
you might get bounced between a couple reps or whatever.
You're
And
just a number to them.
yeah, well, maybe not. I mean, maybe they do a good job. I don't
I'm
know.
just
I've never
kidding.
worked with one of them,
Right.
but the point is, it's certainly a different feel, and it's why uh, individual advisors out there have like a single man in an office, maybe with an assistant or two, has a business when Merrill Lynch exists. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So if that analogy makes sense, I
Mm.
mean, I think
I
it
think it
does.
makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that's big business store, like, you know, more of a boutique style
Exactly.
firm.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
let's see. You kind of talked about people that want to do it all themselves. And so someone that is doing it all themselves, can you talk about a benefit of working with us or how it might lighten their load, stuff like that?
Well, I think number one, if you are out there by yourself, doing everything, and you're not getting a lot of help, immediately what you're going to see is you're going to uncover opportunities that you didn't know existed. And
Mhm.
that's one of the things that we do, right? We work with you to try to spot the opportunities that you may have overlooked. Number two, when you're preparing to present solutions to your client, um, you're going to save a ton of time, right? Because normally an advisor requests an illustration and then they take the illustration and they might put it in some other format or they might try to do something with it to try to present it to the client in an understandable manner.
Mhm.
Well, that's like what we do. You know, that's one of our, I think, value adds is custom tailored point of sale material. Furthermore, um, like beyond that, right? We work with you directly to help design the case, position the products, find the product. That's kind of what I mentioned earlier. And then,
Mhm.
you know, on the application side, I think we've got a great process where if you don't want to take the application, our team can do it for you. You know, you can schedule the time with your client with our team, and we can take the application.
Mhm.
Not we meaning me, but Kathy or our new business team will take care of that. And then during the underwriting process, right, we follow up on that, we push it along.
Mhm.
Um, we send out things on DocuSign. We do all these things because we understand that the advisor, and this is a hot take maybe, is a salesperson, and they need to be out there seeing people and making sales.
Whoa.
I don't know. I've
Mm.
heard that that was a you know, advisors weren't salespeople,
Uh,
but I think they need to be out there seeing the people if you're doing your job, and if you're seeing the people, how do you have time to just push paper around? And I
mhm.
don't think that's good. And then I think the final thing that maybe why somebody would partner up with us is the service after the sale.
Mhm.
I think one of the big things that is disappointing about the life insurance business is how commissions are paid because they're all paid up front and it sort of incentivizes you to sell it and then forget about it. And so what we've done is we have a portal that pulls in all your policies that you've written through us.
Mhm.
We've got a policy service team. So, like for example, if you needed to do a beneficiary change, right? You email our team. Uh, we get the pay. Well, if you want to do it yourself, that's fine, whatever. But email our team. We'll get it filled out. We'll set it up for DocuSign. Send it to the client. If you just want the PDF back, fine. We'll fill out the PDF, send it back to you. If you just want a blank PDF, we'll send you the blank PDF. But if you want us to do stuff for you, you just tell our team and we'll do it for you. I mean, uh, if somebody's actively, you know, chasing opportunities, chasing down service work, is not a very good use of their time.
Right.
I think that's stupid. So don't do that. Work with us. Have our people do it.
Mhm.
We do it every day. You do it
Right.
once every 6 months or whatever. So,
Yeah, that's an excellent point about
yeah,
efficiency.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Mhm. So you did talk about our portal a couple of times. I think that's huge. That's new. We have single sign-on with a lot of
That
different,
was a lot of work, wasn't it?
it was a lot of work. Yeah, I wish I had a portal flyer. I might grab one
Sure.
over here so you can walk through it, but
Yeah, I mean, so I mean having this stuff, right? Um, having you know e-apps in the portal, having term quoting in the portal, having the contracting system in the portal. You can view your case status in the portal. Honestly, this is something I've wanted to do for us since 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 Ralph started the company.
mhm.
So we finally put some money behind this and yeah, you know, my Ralph, he was a single company guy, so he would always say, "Well, they can just check the portal on the company website." And I was like, "Okay, fair enough, whatever." But anyways, long story short, what we did that I think is it's not like necessarily that unique because I think this technology stuff is somewhat like table stakes. Like you need to have it for those reasons. But um, I think it's just important. You got the term quoter, you got the Firelight e-application, you can use your pending case test, you can do all that. And
Mhm.
it's all single sign-on, so you don't have to have a bunch of logins. So that's
Right.
kind of the point there.
Yeah, and we can also log in as you and perform some of those actions, or if something gets messed up, we can go in and fix it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying at the workshop. I was saying, like, look, use our portal to do your apps so that if you have a problem, we can assist you.
Right.
And that was kind of the point of that.
I mean, and we're here every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So if you have a problem, you just call us. I pretty much manage it. So I can get in the back end and fix it immediately. You don't have to, put in a support ticket or wait. We can help you as soon
We're
as you
all
need it.
over it.
We
We're all
are.
over it.
We
So,
are. So our portal's great. Did you talk any about NIC? Because I have this other one. That's another
well,
really great tool.
NIC, yeah, we I've been looking for this solution for a long time. I mean, part of uh Ralph, my father's vision with Advisors Resource was we're going to track policies. And so this has taken a lot of different forms. Like we tried to do it in oh gosh, in Salesforce. Like we had Salesforce for a while and we are trying to like keep track of the policies, but I'll tell you what, manually entering policy information is a challenge. And so we actually got a tool. It's called NIC, um, and it's fantastic. It feeds in every single policy that you've written through us. You can see the daily cash values. You can see the beneficiaries that are there currently. So just a really great tool.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I think that pretty much sums up our portal. This is a tool open for anyone that's appointed with us.
Exactly. And I didn't mean this to turn into a portal discussion, but I kind of
But
brought it
it's a big
up.
perk. No, it's an amazing perk of working with us. It's new. It's super helpful. So I guess let's talk about that a little bit. If someone does want to start working with us, what are those first steps? What does the first conversation with us look like?
Well, I think the smartest thing to do would be let's schedule an appointment to talk about your business. Let's talk about what clients you're working with. Let's talk about your experiences with insurance, how experienced you are with insurance. You know, what companies do you like? What type of products do you like? That sort of thing. And through that discussion, we'll go over different opportunities that we see within your either natural market or your current client base. And I think what you'll find is that we're going to uncover a lot of potential opportunity. And
Mhm.
we will educate you on how the products that we see fit work. We'll show you how to present those products and what presentations to use and even if it's a large case or if it's just your first one, we can even go on the call with you and just show you how we would do it and just make sure that you're comfortable with the concept and the product and how the thing works and you're confident and ready to present it to your client.
Right. All while positioning them as the expert, though.
Well,
Right.
yeah, of
Right.
course. Yeah, of course. So that's kind of the idea behind it. But yeah, so reach out. I guess you can include the email and all that. And the
Yes.
actually, you should probably include a scheduling link as well in the
Sure.
description.
Yes.
And we'd love to chat with you.
All right. Thank you, Jordan. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Patty. Bye, everybody.
Oh. Okay. So if I stop this